My name is Sadie Aldis, and you are now in my office. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I take my notes for university. I personally don't like spending a cajillion hours on my notes, but I really do want them to be organized and easy to study. I feel like when you're spending too much time writing your notes, it's almost not efficient, because every single day when I'm going to my little lectures, I don't want to be doing all of these colors and blah, 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 but I do still want there to be some differentiation, some highlighted things. So I'm going to share exactly how I write my notes and my organization system for school. It's pretty simple, so I feel like this is a really good video to make if you are lazy, but you still want to be organized, you still want to get good marks, and you still want to have good notes. Let's just get right on into it. I'm trying to block this outlet that's behind my head. Let me open up my laptop, and I'm actually going to record my screen so you guys can just literally see into my life. I'm just gonna break down all the barriers here and show you exactly all of my secrets. Okay, first things first, laptop, desktop, there's literally nothing on it. Like, I only have this aura background, which is on my Pinterest, but there's no folders, nothing. All of my folders and all of my documents and stuff like that is actually either in documents on my laptop or in Google Drive, in my personal Google Drive, but nothing is on my desktop because I just feel like when I open my desktop and there's so many things on there, I just feel all cluttered and bad. We're going to go to Google Chrome. What I actually did here is I have two different accounts. So I have my personal account, which is like my YouTube and personal account, all of the non-school things, and then I made a separate email for all of my school things that isn't actually my Laurier email or my school email. What I did is I put all of the bookmarks that I use only for school on the top. My Learning Space, Google Drive, Thesaurus, Google Calendar, which I actually don't need anymore, so I just switched that, which I will get to, Outlook, Google Docs, and Zoom. And that's basically all the things that I use daily or almost daily for school. I just took all of the personal things off. I took all social medias off so I would not be distracted. And in the personal Google Chrome, I have all of the other ones. I have like YouTube, Netflix, Instagram, social media things, like my Amazon storefront, Gmail, all the things that I don't use for school. I'm gonna basically show you guys my Google Drive, because my Google Drive is where I do everything. I do my projects here, I write my notes here, I store all the documents here, and I do have a little bit of pressure because I am the note taker for one of my classes. So I have all of my folders, they're all pink. All you have to do is right click on the folder, change color, and you can change it to one of those. Then I have all of my course codes and then the course name beside it in each folder. When you go into each folder, I have one folder for lecture notes and one folder for, this one's gonna be film journals, but in other ones it'll be like projects or essays and stuff that I just have to do for that class, so it's all organized. Then say when I go into lecture notes, let me go into a random note for film and narrative, like I'll do editing, maybe. I'm literally just like giving you guys my notes. This is actually so bad. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this. I open up my Google Docs and I type lecture number, blah, 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 and then I put the title, the joining together of 2+ shots. So that is a definition, and definitions are always in yellow. Like when I think of a definition, I think of the color yellow. If you have those certain associations in your head, use them. Like, don't try to use mine. You know how like math is blue, science is green? It's like, use those associations that you have because it'll actually help you study. Editing, I have that highlighted in the pastel yellow color. This is something that has changed the game for notes for me. I've never used this before. The summary, like the summary on the side. Let me just go down to the bottom of the page and just type a title, editing. And if you want this to be a header, have your cursor like on the word, go to normal text, heading, and then update heading 1. And then it will add a heading here. So say I wanted to jump to continuity editing. I would click on it and then it would just bring me to that. So when you're studying for exams, look along the summary, click whichever part you want to go to and it'll bring you right there. And there's actually a keyboard shortcut to applying these headings. On a Mac is you press Option Command and then whatever heading you associated it with. So this one I want to be heading 1, but if I want it to be heading 2, heading 3, or normal text, it just like makes my brain feel so satisfied and good. So everything is organized there. As I'm writing and as I'm writing titles, I'll just do Option Command 1, Option Command 2. So I do every single title in bold and I type in the Georgia font in 12-point font. So very specific. Like these things I'm very specific about. But when I'm writing notes, first of all, always put it in your own words. Second of all, always shorten as much as you can. Instead of and, I will use plus signs or and signs. If it says is the same as or is equal to or equivalent to, I will use an equal sign. And then if it's like leads to, usually that's like in philosophy, I will do the dash and then greater than sign. It looks like an arrow, so it's like leading to. I always do the subheadings in the pink color because I just think it's really cute. And I always do them in bold if it's a heading. Say if I go to my philosophy notes, key things about a topic, I will highlight in pink. Here, like the mind-brain identity theory, this isn't technically a definition, but it's like the most important aspect of this theory. So I have it highlighted in pink. This is so hard to explain, like my thinking for each color, but green, I usually put all the problems or the oppositions to a theory. It's like right here, problem number 1, reductionism, problem number 1.5, chauvinism. I will actually read the entire slide before I even start typing. Then I will type all of the main points, and then I'm going to wait till they explain what they're saying. And so I can actually put it in my own words, process it, and then write it down in a way that I understand it. I think that's way easier than writing everything down and then changing it when the professor starts talking. And that's something that I always do, is try to find an example. Like when you relate it back to something that you can actually understand, it's the best thing ever. Like when we were doing illicit appeal to authority in philosophy, I was thinking about like a parent telling you that something is true or false or good or bad, even though they're not educated on the topic, but just because they're an authoritative figure, you have to believe them. That's kind of like an example that I have in my mind that automatically just like makes me understand the concept. I don't really have like a highlighted color for an example because I found out that I was writing too many of them and then my page just looked way too highlighted. What I also do is bold something that you need to remember from that sentence. So like all instances of a given mental state must be physical states of the same kind. And it's just easier to remember because I'm almost just basically remembering same kind and then referencing it back to what the actual definition is, if you understand what I mean. And so then when I got to studying, this is my best tip. I don't know if this is going to work for everyone, but this is personally how I study. I literally recite the information out loud first. That's my first step to studying, is I will just recite everything out loud. Everything that's bold, I will emphasize in my voice. And say I'm saying something, I will try to like say it in my own words, or maybe like regurgitate the information in a different way, which really just makes me understand and make it seem as if it's coming from me instead of my notes. Then I will go over and quiz myself on all the definitions. Then when I am done memorizing all the definitions, I will actually cover the actual writing and I will only look at the summary, and I will basically look at the titles. So say like definition of art cinema. I'll try not to look at the subtitles, but I'll try to remember how many different topics in this title are there that I have to know. When I'm going over my notes, if I go to definition of art cinema, I'm going to add a 2 right next to the title, because then I know that there are actually 2 subtopics here that I have to know. And then you're most likely to hit the 2 main points that the professor wants you to get. Once I'm done that, I'm going to, once again, cover the writing, quiz myself on the actual content. Let's go through my calendar first. I feel like there's so many things on here that I can't show, so I'm gonna try to explain it. On my calendar, I used to have a separate calendar for school and for personal. I was going back and forth between them. I wanted everything to be in one spot, so I just had everything color coordinated. Business and YouTube stuff in green, my personal stuff and appointments in like light pink, sponsorships in light blue, and then school in like purple. Then for the more focused daily planning, this thing has saved my life. This thing is my pride and joy. I've never had a planner that fits so well into my lifestyle and into the things that I have to do every day. This is from Amazon. I will link it down below. It's amazing and it is just so, it's so cute. So let me use this day today as an example. And you circle the day at the top. You also circle the weather, which I think is so cute. Then I have my to-do list. Today I literally had 3 things that I had to do because I literally have to start and finish a project today. I'm not even kidding. I said film, notes, and organization, YouTube video. I have to do a site change, and I also have to pick up insulin, which I need to put on my to-do list. And then I will put my classes on the side. So at 10 a.m. I had a university success class, and tonight at 6:30 I had my film tutorial. And if there was something really important, like a sponsorship that I had to submit, like a presentation that I was doing, or a test that I was doing, I would write that in the important matters. In notes, I use notes so often. On calls, I will just jot down questions that I have. I will jot down questions that I have for my professors. I'll also just write down random ideas for things, because if I have a TikTok idea, a video idea, I will just jot it down, or literally just anything. If I see a quote that I like, I will just jot it down there. And then I have daily review, which I honestly don't use that much because I use my notes to self journal and my 5-minute journal, which is more like gratitude and self-awareness and stuff. This is literally just for like getting stuff done. So to summarize, basically the 3 things that I use to organize myself for school are my Google Drive, my planner, and my Apple Calendar. Yeah, I like to limit it to those 3 things. Let me know if you guys have any more ideas for like lazy people or people who are really busy that don't really have time to make amazing notes but still want to have them really organized. Like any topics like that for lazy students that you want me to make. I actually have a lot of work to do right now. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.